Alright, Railroader update time. So, in front of me we have the M2, which is nice because I have done a little bit of goofy stuff, as you can see, to get it to pivot for me at a sharper angle than anywhere on the railroad, so it's easy enough to see how the articulation works and why this could be a good replacement slash update for existing locomotives. And that being, if we just quickly go here, we can see that the coupler is pointing straight, while the front truck is slightly bent off. So that means this coupler and air hose is tied to this frame. This frame has an oil point. This frame doesn't. So oiling is still iffy. But it seems alright. So the front truck has that stuff. There's a little bit of goofy stuff going on underneath the frame here, as the steam valve is not animated. And then we have, obviously, the fact that this is all one entity. So for projects like the H6, which are roughly this long, if they were to switch over to this, they would become a lot more reliable, as there wouldn't be two to the thing, so you can have a full price locomotive for this. So we've already seen that there's quite a few of these locomotives that are coming out. This is also paintable, it's Legos, it has a lot of paintables, but this articulator does go through a lot of water, so this is probably going to be coal dragging and hill climbing, really. I don't see much more use than that. It'd definitely be a good red marble banker, as it's more powerful than the T1. So this could probably end up doing 1500 tons by itself up red marble. I haven't actually tested this, and I won't actually test this. Another thing we have is with the A&R branch line, they've released a beta version, which I don't think I agree with. I think I'll stick to the normal version, where the coal mine is in a different spot. If I need to override it, I will override it if it ends up going with this new one, because it looks really weird. But other than that, we have gotten quite a few locomotives from Raider. If I quickly just go ahead and pull up, thing is the RAS1 has been updated, which is the vertical boiler chain driven steam engine. That's gotten an update. The Kestrel class has also been updated. And then we have gotten the LSWR 02 class, which is, from my understanding, an Oliver type. We've gotten branch line coaches. We've gotten Thomas the Tank Engine. We have an RDM3 class, an LMS4F, a RBH1 class, and an 8F. I believe there's also a Black 5 been released. Let me just quickly check. So, Raider Locomotives Works had released a RJM Class 1, which is a Black 5. But we should be seeing some more stuff. He's got quite a few locomotives in the works. I think he has 5 locomotives still in the works. And that's alright. Other than that, in other news, if I quickly open up Unity Mod Manager in the game, you'll notice that I have a mod turned off, which is server wait on empty. If I turn this on, I don't know if it'll activate. We'll have to see. Oh, okay. Teleporting the locomotive has indeed broken it. So this is definitely an issue. If you teleport the locomotive while it's turned, there is a little issue with it. So I think I have permanently broken this locomotive. You'll also hear that you can hear the chuffing sounds. But yes, I have definitely permanently broken this locomotive. If I re-teleport it, it's broken a lot more. Teleport it again, so the locomotive is permanently broken because I did some goofy stuff here, and it's not appropriately updated. So I'm going to quickly restart my game to show you the other thing, which is that mod I just enabled. Alright, so now that we're back in the game, so I'm currently on a host multiplayer game with that mod enabled now. I had it disabled to do some fucking around, and I will have to trick the game in a second here to disable the mod for a split second so that I can actually load in. Because I don't have anyone to join and leave the game for me, obviously. So now if I go into here, let's scroll down to the bottom and let's find server wait on empty. Let's disable it for a second and then immediately close, which will re-enable the mod. Another thing that I also learned is that if you reload your game, it recalculates the engine. So let's just go driving link. We're going to go out onto the main line, shall we? Listen to the hum of this engine. Here we go. So, here we are. So I had to actually restart my game again because I actually didn't have the mod properly enabled. It was disabled in a weird limbo. But here we are. You can see the game is paused. Look, look. Okay, well now my mouse is gone, but yeah. But I can so the game is paused, but I can still move the menus. So what does this mean? So this is a new mod that has literally just come out. And so of the time of recording this, which will be 3 days. I'm recording this 3 days prior to when I expect it to come out. And then I'll be right after this recording another one. I'm going to be starting to future record. So if I'm going to be doing these videos, it'll be in the middle of a week. If an interesting mod or an update on mods happen, or the game release happens, if MOW comes out, I'm going to be the first one in to the MOW update, obviously, and I'm going to get that video out on the day. But every Saturday should hopefully have a unique video on it, and then I'll do these mod updates during the week. If there is, and it's only after a bit of, it's probably not going to be every week that a mod update happens, because I have a feeling modding is going to slow down very quickly because of something that will happen in the next video that comes out. That'll be talking more on why I believe that will happen. But with this mod, it's good for servers because as of right now, there's no form of dedicated server in Railroader, so we have to compromise by using a second copy of the game to host our servers. And in doing so, we obviously aren't running the server 24/7, but for people who have people in all different time zones, want to have that server up 24/7 because stuff. But if people stop playing for a couple of days, all of a sudden you'll have all your contracts on the map might get cancelled. All your industries will be a mess. You might have days of cars trying to come in. Because people might be delivering the cars, but people might not be shunting them, so it just builds up and builds up and builds up. What this mod does is it pauses the functionality of the game while not pausing it. So you can, obviously, while it's paused, you can say, okay, Stancil, I want to up you. Yeah, it'll up. And it will pause the game every minute. It will check if a player has joined or left. If a player joins, time resumes. If a player leaves, it waits till it rounds to a minute, and then at every single minute of game time, it checks. From what I can see, I can also manipulate this. So if you're ever loading in with the mod turned on, and you wanna get in, you can turn it off and turn it back on. And as you can see, time resumes without anyone joining, because it tricks the mod into turning off and allowing the game engine to run for another minute. Without further ado, I think that's long enough. I've been rambling for 15-20 minutes now, so I'll leave you there. Catcha.